Venusaur enjoyer.
I'm honestly
Fucking
surprised
Charizard can hold my fucking nuts.
I'm
I
surprised
pick
you
Bulbasaur
did,
just so I can beat Charizard in the Elite Four.
Speaking of
Yeah.
holding nuts, welcome to the LSF Podcast. Whoa.
Whoa! Please tell me you got that whole bit in there.
Not the whole thing. but
Son of a
little bit.
bitch.
I didn't. Hey, look. Here's the thing. We're starting the podcast because Z was like,
50 minutes on time. Also, okay, I guess let's quick apology real quick. We like briefly talked about podcast, but we never said like today. And then I'm just like laying in my bed. I do not get a single peep on Discord, and I'm like, oh, I guess they just think that we're recording on Friday because we've like done that a couple of times. I was like, no big deal. And then I fucking like see that you guys are in a voice call in the fucking LSF chat. I'm like, what the fuck? And then I like go manually open our group chat. It's got like 20 fucking messages. I'm like, son of a bitch. So I hop up and I fucking get here like 20 minutes late, and I just feel real bad.
yeah, you know what?
You should.
Yeah, because like normally I'm just like being a piece of shit because I'm like, I fucking like want to finish eating my whatever, and I'm just like watching a video. But I just genuinely had no idea that there was any sort of time pressure, and I'm just like fucking off in bed.
Finishing watching a video. You've never said that before.
So what I do is like I'll eat and I'll like I'll like watch this 30-minute video and then I'll be done eating in like 10 minutes. I was like, well, I'm not gonna fucking not watch this extra 20 minutes of video.
Yeah.
That's
I will
actually
say-
so cringe that you do that.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me though. We were saying like literally,
There's a fucking pause button for a reason.
Nah, fuck you.
like you were literally going from like orange to green on Discord. I was like, the fucker's here. The fucker's here.
Motherfucker just fell asleep. It's like-
Yeah, I was like, man just opened up, went, and then went back.
I was just watching mine about it, and then I opened up Discord for unrelated reasons, and then I see you guys are in a fucking call. I was like, oh shit, what the fuck? Why have I not gotten a single notification of these 20 messages that have gone off in the Discord?
What the hell does like sheepishly changing the subject other reasons Discord mean?
Huh?
What does that mean? You were like for other reasons.
Other
What's
reasons.
What suspicious other reasons are you on Discord for?
I was checking the porn Discord, okay?
Yeah, imagine
okay.
using your normal account for your porn Discord. That's crazy. What if you
I'm
go in there
currently
and
in
you just,
02
like-
on my porn Discord.
what if you go into
They'll
the
never
porn-
find it.
What if you go into the porn Discord and then you just like, oh, I'm gonna link up with this like other YouTuber, and then you're like, oh, it says like servers in common, and then it says fucking like big booty bitches.
For one, I thought you meant like meet up in the porn Discord. I'm like, you should not be
Yeah,
networking in there. I don't think that's
Yeah,
the
no,
best place to
Also,
go.
also imagine you just did like the porn Discord, and then you just see like a person. It's just from like just stands. You're like, yo, my gamer.
Hey, yo.
That is like always so like fucking like I have like obviously there's like fucking links that you can receive to go to like less seedy Discords, right? My biggest fear is fucking joining one and then looking at the members list and seeing people I know. I'm like, oh no. It's like fear number one.
Fair enough.
That's crazy. That's a fear that you allow yourself to have the situation of.
I feel like I have that fear every day. I talk to my boss, who's like, "Oh yeah, I'm a bit of a Twitch streamer myself," and I'm like, "Uh-huh." I never talk about it. So I'm like, I don't want us to cross paths on this platform. Thank you very much. I would like to keep it separate.
It's like, so I've told like all of my teacher friends that I stream, but like I said, students finding out I stream is like a nightmare scenario. Also, oh my god. Oh, I don't know if I'm going to talk conceptually about a thing. There is an 8th grader who is running a like meme Instagram account where I would say make memes of teachers, but he's just being mean to teachers, and we found it this week, and holy shit. There's like 3 of them that are actually fire, and the other ones are just actually being mean.
What a gamer. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Respect.
Get
I have
on that.
utmost respect for that person. In theory,
I want to
if
say
they
we
were
did
real.
something. I want to say we did something similar when I was in high school, but I cannot fucking for the life of me find it. But I
would
swear to
not
God,
have the
we did
balls
this
to do
shit.
that. No way in hell would I have the balls to do that. No. So tell me any example, like if this was a real story that you're telling, because it sounds like a really interesting story if it was real. in theory, for real, maybe on God. What
Well,
would
because like in a normal podcast setting, or like if I didn't have to like keep my shit anonymous, I would just pull up the page for you guys.
yeah. That's what I'm saying.
But
What would some examples be like of this?
so one of them
fake
that I thought was
story?
actually flames. It was like when this teacher, the last thing you see before this teacher catch you skipping in class, or before like when he catches you skipping class, and it's just a fucking hippo running through the water,
I
and
would.
the teacher in question is rather large.
I will do for. I can also think of a really good one for you. You know the fucking SpongeBob meme where King Neptune takes off his hat and it's like boom.
Thankfully, it's an eighth grader because they only make memes of eighth grade teachers, and I'm just sitting there like they have one of the social studies teachers, one of the math teachers, one of the science teachers. I'm like, I bet we can figure out who this student is by seeing who has all these, like which student has exactly these 7 teachers. We're like,
You're going
I
full
wonder who it
You're going
could
full
be.
Sherlock. You're like, okay, between this time and this time, they're making memes about this teacher, which means that they're only possibly in 3 of these classes.
Yeah.
Oh,
But also, it's like each grade we have like 4 English teachers, 4 whatever. So it's like the kid that has these specific teachers. I assume because like we don't know what hour they have them, obviously, but like it would be a pretty narrow list of everyone who has those exact same teachers.
yeah,
Yeah.
I would like to know for no reason. I would like I would be too nosy. I'd be like, okay, let's see.
Yeah, just fucking give me 20 minutes in the office with whatever sort of fucking class software we have, and I'm gonna find this kid.
You like narrow it down to like 10 or whatever, and you're just like walking around the corridor waiting for them to get out their phone, like on the page, seeing if they post. You're like, oh, suspect is not on their phone, but a post has went live. We can roll them out.
It's also very funny. Like the pictures they're using are just like the weirdest obscure photos of the teachers because a lot of us like have all of our shit privated. So like there's not a lot of publicly available photos of us.
Just wait until there's one of you and it's just you with the hair and eating the fucking
I-
salad cream.
That one would be fucking insane.
Yeah.
I thankfully don't have to interact with the 8th graders that much, so
I'll put them off. I'll tip them. I'll give them a tip. I'm gonna leave an anonymous tip. Hey, look up this on YouTube. Time to bully.
Kelly's pro bullying confirmed.
Yeah, well, you know, if it's deserved. I don't know. I've never in our school we ever had anything like that. We had a guy who made an Instagram account for his girlfriend, and his girlfriend was
I'm scared.
Your girlfriend was definitely real.
Oh, okay. That's.
Mhm.
I was worried about this being someone like making an Instagram account for their actual girlfriend and it being like Susie or something.
No. He made an Instagram account for like this is what. Bear in mind, he was like 14, and he was like, "Oh, this is my girlfriend." And it was just like I assume just random pictures of some woman, and you sort of tell. You like look. You're like, that's not the same person.
That's an adult woman.
that's an adult woman.
oops. I didn't send it with spoiler text.
Spoilers.
Oh,
Yeah, we had one of the worst ones I ever had. This is, I guess, is semi unrelated. But we go to catfishing, right? There was a guy I used to work
Love fish.
with at McDonald's who
Catfish fillet.
he got
I
catfish
don't know, I
filleted.
guess. There you go.
He was, I don't know how to put it. He was an interesting bloke. Let's just say he wasn't the brightest tool in the shed either. But
It wasn't the brightest tool in the shed.
he wasn't the sparkliest spanner in the toolbox or whatever. I don't know.
Normally people say sharpest tool, but okay.
No brightest in my case.
You mashed brightest crayon on the box and sharpest tool in the shed.
Yep.
You're like, it's not the brightest tool in the shed.
It's not the crayon, it's the tool in the crayon box.
Yeah, to be fair, we don't really use like the crayon expression in the UK though.
Neither, because the word crayon, it nearly feels like an insult. I feel like I cannot use it normally. It feels like too much of an insult.
This is crayon erasure.
Normally we'd say like coloured pencil, wouldn't we? We don't really
Yeah.
say like... I know that crayons are like technically different because
chill.
they're like, like wax or some shit.
Unless you're American, you say crayon.
Yeah.
Got my crayon.
I'm like more like a crayon, but like I say like a normal person, so it's like crayon.
Yeah,
But-
I know. Yeah, I know some Americans say crayon, don't they?
Yeah, like crowns. You got some crowns.
France.
Like, what the fuck? Or
But,
yeah, it's either like crown or crayon, and that's like
Yeah,
what people
Right,
do.
cool. You make fun of us for not being able to speak properly, like Jesus Christ. But this guy,
They also say Graham instead of Graham, so you know.
Graham. But yeah, no, sorry, this guy McDonald's, he would like saved up all his money because he's going over to America to see his girlfriend, and
Oh
he
come on,
shows us
at least make it Canada.
yeah, no. He's going over and he's like, I'm going to, I can't remember what he said. But he's like, I'm going there to see her. And he's like, do you want to see a picture of her or whatever? And I'm like, yeah, sure, man. Like, I don't care. I didn't like him really. Like, I didn't really know him. And he was just like talking to me while I was like doing stuff. And he shows me this picture of like,
I so hope it's someone you like recognize.
it was just like the most stereotypical, like, blonde hair, big fake tits, like scampily dressed, like model looking. You know what I mean? Like the most, like the worst example of an image that was like completely photoshopped. And then he showed me another picture of just a different woman, and he was like, "This is her," and I'm like,
Well,
"Oh, brother." And he
My
went,
brother in
"Have you
Christ.
spoke to her?" He's like, "Yeah, I've spoke to her." I'm like, "All right, cool." He's like,
All right.
He's like, "I'm going next week."
So do you think he was getting catfished, or do you think like he was making it up? Or
Oh
is this
no,
someone
no.
else? This is someone else.
It's the
now,
same
isn't
guy
it?
getting
Okay.
catfished. He's
Okay.
getting definitely got catfished because he went over to America. He took his 2 weeks off, went over, came back, and nobody ever heard about that girlfriend ever again.
Oh my god!
I
Oh
posted
no!
him.
So you
Did
didn't
he
even know what
delete her
happened?
Instagram?
No, that was a different guy. Sorry, that was a different guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was a different guy.
That was a
Okay.
different guy. But he like just came back and everyone was like, "Oh, how was it?" He went, "Hmm." They're like, "Oh, okay." So no one ever found out. So we're assuming that he got there, realized that the extremely attractive, big titty blonde woman that he thought he was meeting, and the brunette that also was the same woman somehow, um, he was not meeting them, and probably just met some random. And I'm like, what does anyone get out of that? I don't understand it. I really don't.
Imagine being catfished like by someone who is like too lazy to even just make sure it's the same picture, that like it's the same person.
Yeah, I feel like that's on purpose though, because it's kind of like the whole fishing thing where they deliberately spell stuff wrong. Be like, if you're smart enough, you'll be able to work it out. But we want to pick out the idiots. I mean that in the nicest way possible. They want to
Yeah.
get people to reply to them who are not as clicked on to the situation.
Intelligente.
It's a strategy. It's a very horribly cringe strategy, but it is what it is. So it's the game's the game, you know.
That's actually crazy. I did not ever think of that.
What?
That like they would intentionally put spelling errors to weed out the smart people.
Yeah. Then they have less admin to do. It just makes sense. That's like
It's just good business practice.
Yeah, we had to. For some reason in my business class we had to learn about it, and I was like, I don't know why this is important. And they were like, this is like an attempt at like what like really shitty businesses do on purpose to like abuse people. We were learning about pyramid schemes and all that kind of crap. They're like, this is how they fucking get people in. Here are all the dodgy tactics they use. They spell stuff wrong. They make it urgent. They make it have to be quick and all this. And I'm like, oh. Yeah. And the average person just read it and be like, Big Man's not even putting commas. Like, there's no full stop. There's like nothing. And it's just a link to a different website than the picture that's on the screen. You know what I mean? Like, hey, click on this and you can go to Wells Fargo and get your money. And then you click on it and it brings you like fucking another bank altogether. And you're like, no, seems legit to me. Yeah, it is what it is.
Oh.
You get the real gamers who, I say real gamers, people with too much time on their hands who like counteract the fucking cold colors. You know, like Kip Boga and like stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think it's funny sometimes. Other times I'm just like, there's bound to be a better way to do this. They're not like some team of people that you can report them to. There must be.
Not really. Like awkward, like international law and stuff, because like a lot of them are like in India and stuff.
Fair. I remember seeing the one.
So for a lot of them, it's like the best thing for him to do is waste like their time, so they're not
wasting other people.
someone
Yeah.
who will fall for it.
Yeah, I've seen there's a guy from Northern Ireland who was quite big. He was the guy who like just like had the big thing where he like took down, like hacked into their webcams and shit, and like got all
Yeah,
their
like he was
information.
watching him, and
Yeah.
like said, I think that guy did actually get into contact with like the authorities
Authorities.
there because that's the only way, if you can get like their address and stuff, they can go there.
Yeah, that's just crazy.
But like, I don't think Kitburger like can always
No.
find out where they are. It's more just like
He just gets the numbers and calls them. I'm
talking to
pretty sure.
Yeah,
Mhm. It's, you know what, fair play, I guess.
yeah,
Not my cup of tea. One of those things I can watch once and be like, oh, that's funny, and then about the 14th time, I'm like, okay, yes, old
Yeah.
lady, he doesn't understand what they're doing. Very funny.
yeah. That's kind of fair. I think Kitburger stuff is like it's kind of the same every time.
Mhm. But
It was, which I think is probably the reason why Kitburger, like, I don't know, it must be like a year ago now, like reached out to like different creators and did like collabs, was because that actually made there be like a difference to the content.
yeah, I remember. Yeah, he did one. I remember one with Cutie at least.
Yeah, one with Cutie and one with S-Fan. I don't know if you did any of those.
Yeah, makes sense. And then they can literally just banter about it. Like,
Yeah.
oh, I forgot what I was gonna say.
Who the fuck is Kitburger?
What? How do you not?
That's
know
kind of why I haven't been chiming in, because like I have no idea what the fuck is going on.
It's like one of the people, he does like responds to like a bunch of scammers and then like puts on like an old lady voice and stuff.
Literally
I
just, like,
convinced a
3 million. Oh, I just opened up a YouTube video which just played on the phone. Nice.
Nice, perfect.
Copyright strikes.
I clicked on his fucking YouTube channel to like send it to Z. He has like 3 million on YouTube, and I'm probably sure he's got like a few million on Twitch as well.
American YouTuber.
1.2 million followers on Twitch. Literally, he just
American
sits.
YouTuber.
He just plays. He doesn't play anything. He just like calls people and just like wastes their time. He does like an old lady voice, and he'll be like, "Oh, I don't know." Sometimes he'll do a
Like-
thing where he'll like he'll like hack into their computers and then get stuff off them because they're trying to hack into his, but he knows how the system works.
Yeah, well,
Not
a lot
hack.
of the time,
It's like
what,
it's like
a lot
screen
of the time
share
what
thing.
he does is they like do like a screen share thing, and like they want him to give like Amazon gift cards or something to them,
Mhm.
but then he'll like be an old woman who's like confused and then like not give the Amazon gift cards and just like spend them herself and stuff, and then it's just like the Indian man down the phone just screaming at her.
Yeah, there was one I seen. There was one I seen where he like got onto their computer and like they had like a folder just filled with like the gift cards, like the
Yeah,
numbers, and he just started redeeming them all. And the guy's like, "No,
Yeah.
no!" It's like, "You're stupid. Don't spend it. Don't spend
yeah.
it." And he just like redeeming it. It's like $100 or $50 at a time, just redeeming all these fucking like gift cards. And the guy's like, "No."
Yeah, funny thing about like that one is it was probably the same as the like some of the other stuff. Like it's never like an actual Amazon he's using, so he probably wasn't even using those gift cards.
Yeah, they're probably just gonna sit in some account, like some BlueStacks account that he's never ever gonna go on again.
Well, it's not even that. It's like a fake it's not actually the Amazon webpage and stuff. Like he has like a bunch of like dummy websites that don't lead to anything that are like fake bank accounts and stuff.
yeah, it's just pages that just look like the page, so that he can
Yeah.
say, "Look, I'm on but here's my bank account that says I have this much money." Yeah, like that kind of stuff.
It's
Yeah,
pretty
that
based,
exactly,
I'll
yeah.
be honest.
What's that?
Yeah, it's good. It's good
Pretty
stuff.
based.
Yeah, there's a few other people that are pretty good. There's a guy I was talking about from Northern Ireland who's pretty good at it.
Northern Irish bias.
Oh yeah, but he was one of the first ones to pop up like a bunch of years ago. It's the one you're talking about, where he basically just like watched the studio in India. I'm pretty sure at one point he had a live stream of their office just going on YouTube, where you could just watch
Yeah,
them doing stuff.
He had a proper vendetta against those guys.
Yeah, fair play, I guess.
He was like, "You guys are getting fucking taken down."
Alright, Bull, get to fuck. Anything interesting happened to you this week? Any scams? Anything nice?
Not scams. I fucking scammed hella people lately, though, it feels like. So as we all know, if you've ever seen my stream, I'm not exactly like good at things.
Anything?
Oh.
Yeah, in general. And so it all started 2 Mondays ago on Grub Buds. We did the blind, like we did a burger taste test, but we had a blindfold on. We had to guess where the burgers were from. I went 5 for 5 without eating any of the burgers. I literally
Yeah.
just picked them up, touched them, and I was like, boom, I got it. People were like, damn, that's fucking crazy. And then the next week on Grub Buds, we do our weird news things, and if you get all 4 correct, you get a like little like token that's like, hey, I can opt out of any fucking Grub Buds I want because sometimes we eat awful shit on there. And I got the first 2 questions right. It was easy. And on the third question, I had just done the charity thing for Wits where I made my own weird news quiz, and I was like, damn, I've seen this story. And then I guessed the answer to the 4th question without seeing the question because Truman had mentioned, he was like, oh, we do like a hangman style thing, and he was like, it's the longest word we've ever had. And I was like, ooh, it's Schwarzenegger, isn't it? Because Arnold Schwarzenegger was in a weird news question that I had done. So I go for 4 of the I go 4 for 4 on the weird news, and they're like, Vincent, you're bullshit. This shouldn't count. You have to do a little like pouring challenge against Owen, and if you win, then you get the card. I was like, bet. And then me and Owen tied, and they're like, not good enough. Now you have to beat Joe at this word game. And I was like, fine. And then I did. And they're like, all right, still not good enough. Now you have to beat Truman at this word game. And I was like, how many fucking hoops do I have to jump through to get my fucking card? But of course I beat Truman. And we named that episode Vincent owning the Grub Buds for 67 minutes straight because they could not beat me. And then I went to Vampire Prom on Friday. More on this later, but the important part being my friends got nominated for King and Queen because they just like walked around and they're like, oh, couple, you should be King and Queen. And then they fucking won on her birthday. And I got the venue to sing happy birthday at 2 a.m. And it was fucking hype. And we were out until 4 a.m. And then I woke up at 7 because I hate myself and had to be at a hike at 9 a.m. But after that, I had a board game day where we sat down and we played Twilight Imperium, which is like this big, long fucking space board game that takes like 8 hours to play. And I had 2 hours of sleep. And I won that shit because I'm the GOAT. And then we played some fucking like a game where you have to like beat demigods and like smash islands together and like build churches or whatever. And I won that shit. And then Monday, I fucking went and I hung out with TJ from the cooking stream that I did on my channel. The VOD of that does not exist because he doxed us like 5 fucking times. And he was like, oh yeah, we work at this school and this teacher. And I was like, shut the fuck up. So that VOD just doesn't exist anymore. But I went back to his house and we got drunk and he was like, you want to play Fall Guys? I was like, this is about to be the freest fucking crown of my life. And of course I got a crown on the first attempt. So it's just like, I'm normally shit at things, but I just had a lot of really good things happen all in a row. And I felt good about it. Oh, I even fucking, I forgot. On Sunday, I fucking won a Yu-Gi-Oh tournament with a fucking shitty meme deck that I cooked up. Yeah. I've been working on this sauce for like a fucking month. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to show up with my meme deck. I'm going to have a good time. Whatever happens, happens. And then
I would just like to say, yeah. I kicked off your success by giving you the first L of the week before that.
I was gonna say that. That's the only thing that like did not go my way in this span because it happened in the span. Was Curly fucking beat me on my Yu-Gi-Oh stream, and I'm fucking pissed about it. Yeah, because I was like, give me the salty run back, fucking double or nothing, and he fucking beat my ass again. I was like, shit.
Played a real deck for once, and I was like, oh well, I guess.
Yeah. So shout out to Curly to be the only one who could fuck with me because I was unfuckwithable these last 2 weeks.
The only L you took.
Yeah, the only L I could possibly have conceived.
And I'll take that dub. Call it a dub.
W801. But no, so fucking. But no, sorry, back to Sunday. I built the shitty meme deck I'd been like cooking for like 3 or 4 months, or not once, but like about a month I've been cooking it. And I show up and like, whatever happens, happens. I win my round 1. I'm like, cool. And then I get paired up against a guy who's just so fucking good. He wins locals every time he fucking enters. He's gone and like won like $300 mats with this deck. Like this dude knows his fucking shit. Yeah, and I beat him.
Doesn't know what the inside of a woman feels like.
He actually brought his girlfriend to the tournament, so actual fucking king.
Inflated just for this event.
Smashes with the nonsters, not Yu-Gi-Oh players. I promise.
Well, I heard Yu-Gi-Oh players are also a bit cringy.
We're cringe lords. We fucking have no like emotional maturity and don't know how to handle ourselves. But
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about some other things.
There wasn't a single point where I said that guy was a nonce. What the fuck?
You said his girlfriend was 12.
I said his girlfriend was 12.
I said he blew his girlfriend up as if she was inflatable, not that she was 12.
I at the same time said she was 12.
Oh man, dude, we're getting robbed right now. Fucking flip my camera. We got double cats in the chair that's being blocked by my name.
No, I
No.
refuse.
But anyway, I fucking beat his ass. I was like crazy. And then my next opponent was another Kansas City player who has topped nationals before and has like 9 or 10 YCS tops, and I beat his ass too. And I was like, God damn. Going into the last round, I was the only undefeated. But we had enough people that we had to do 4 rounds because like we would have had like 6 or so fucking 2-1s. So we had to like have a round so we can break up like 3rd and 4th place. And it's against the guy I've beat before, playing a deck that's not very good. And I'm like, all right, bet, easy dub, easy dub. I lose round 1 or game 1, and I was like, I swear to fucking God, if I went through this whole fucking day and I beat Jesse and I beat Truman to lose to fucking Fabio in the finals, I'm gonna be pissed. But we nutted up and we reversed 2 on Fabio. So
Let's go.
let's go.
Let's fucking go.
So huge notice the dubs, aside from Curly beating my ass twice on Wednesday.
Hey, look, I just had to give you a little taste of failure so that you can continue the winning streak.
Yeah.
I get you too cocky, you know.
Right.
Even though
Yeah,
you were even though I say that before we started, like, I'm gonna beat everyone's ass today. My deck's so fucking good. Literally before we started go on stream, we went easy 2-0, easy 2 for me, easy 2 wins, no problem. And then literally instantly,
Jesse,
I destroyed him.
Jesse, the gentleman who was top nats that I beat on Sunday, fucking helped me build my deck. He was cooking. We were in the kitchen, and yeah, fucking still got fucking.
And I was just like, giant rat, yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy when you can play more than one of your recruiter, isn't it?
Yes. No, I can't. Well, no, I can. Depends what deck I'm playing. But I literally just like before I had a great start to that duel we had where I just like was able to clear your whole board so quickly and was like, and then you fucked up at one point by reviving my recruiter so I could. Just
I did fucked up. I was like,
yeah.
I made a mistake.
It was just a horrible play. Like you did it, and I was like,
That's partially why I wanted the run back. I was like, I won't make the stupidest play imaginable this time.
Like I don't think I'm bad at the game, but that was just really shit. he basically summoned a card from my graveyard that when it gets destroyed lets me summon a card. So I just destroyed it and they got another card. Like it didn't really make any sense. But hey, you know what? You live and learn.
Sounds like the perfect strategic maneuver.
Yeah.
He was like, I was gonna throw him off. He was like, yeah, no one make a play that bad. Just throw him
so
off. He wouldn't know what to do.
Yeah, that's like some anime shit. No, there's no way. He's got one card in his hand. It must be Karibo. Oh, but yeah, that's hype. At least you had a good week.
Yeah.
But not done anything of excitement.
Yeah. I'll say Vampire Prom was a fucking wild ride. So one, it was like at a club, and like clubbing is not really my thing, but like I said, it was my friend's birthday. Jilly Swag, she's been on the stream before. She did the British food tier list with me. Probably like one of my best friends of all time. The absolute goat. It was her birthday, and so I was like, all right, we got to go to support the girl.
Yeah, to be clear, the only clubbing that NoticeTheZ likes is seal clubbing.
Yes. Because I hate the environment and I hate animals.
No,
This
just
is a
seals.
known fact.
Just seal. Just
Yeah,
seal.
seals.
Yeah, the
You actually make
musicalized.
sure that seal the artist. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. I will not be kissed by a rose, as it turns out.
Name another seal song.
Fuck you. All right.
Sorry, what happened to prom then? Are your nails still done? I've seen your nails.
I did. I had red nails, and then I had a fucking like red button up I did for the Hitman stream where I did the Evan Tasker v Tasker. I had a stroke in the middle of that sentence.
Evan Tasker v Tasker Hitman red stream must yes.
Yeah, but I had that red button up. We went to the store, and I had bought like a nicer like blazer than the one I already had, because the one I had was like kind of boxy. We have like one that's like a little like slimmer, more fitting. And I made the executive decision that I wasn't going to wear a tie, which I was a little bit nervy about. And then I didn't make the executive decision that I wasn't going to wear a belt, because I have like the belt that I wear like every fucking day that is like completely like frayed and like beat to shit and looks fucking terrible.
Yeah, the stretch.
Yeah,
like yeah, it's seen its time. It's done its time.
Right. He puts in the work every day, so like
Yeah.
we stand him. And then I have like an actual like nice belt that I never wear because it'll look nice. And I fucking did not bring it with me. And I was like, I'm not about to wear the fucking beat up ass belt with my nice going out outfit. So we just wore no belt, no tie, and I felt like very fucking like naked, but it also like the fit worked. But I got done finding the shit that I needed to find early while we were shopping. And so one of the things we just found while I was walking around is a fucking jade green suit for $20 because we were at a thrift store. So
Yo.
I just have a jade green suit in the closet now that I'm gonna whip out on stream, like fucking like little game show host type beat. Um, which is has nothing to do with Vampire Prom. There's just like pre-Vampire Prom things. But they had like a bunch of musical acts. They had like dancers. And one of the things they did is there's like a fucking local piercing shop here in town, and they do like weird like I don't want to call it body horror, but it's like some body horror type shit where they just like put hooks in people and would like hang them up and like music would play and it'd be cool. And I wasn't watching it at all because I was like trying to look for this girl that I was talking to. But I walked by at one point and there's just this girl who has hooks in her tits and she's being suspended by nothing but the hooks in her tits and she's spinning around. I'm like, damn, that's fucking crazy. Anyway, it keeps walking.
Jesus.
Yeah. And then, like I said, Juliana and Dakota got nominated for King and Queen. And they came out because like they introduced everyone. Everyone was doing like like cute little poses. They come out. Fucking Juliana's like she's like fucking drunk off her ass. And then Dakota comes out. He like does like a cool like little like dance move. They like do a spin and they kiss. And then they like me and our friends were all like hyping the crowd up like yeah fuck yeah. And so we definitely got the assist on Jesus Christ. Why are you pulling me up like this?
It's studio mode. One sec.
Okay.
Actually, I want to make sure I had the right one because I also have these and I couldn't remember which one was which.
That's fair.
Yo.
Yeah, so fucking I look fucking dumb because like the teeth I had, I took pictures in the teeth. They're so small. Yeah.
They are.
And so I did this like dumbass face so you can see the teeth. And they also would not stay in my mouth at all. So I literally like took pictures with them and then took them out and didn't even wear them to the dance. I just took pictures in them before the dance.
No bitches.
Whoa. When the vampire girl sucked and you keep nutting.
Yes.
Bottom text.
Top text when she keeps suck vampire girl. Bottom text nutting question mark.
when the girl stops nutting and you keep coming.
Bottom text.
Bottom text question mark maybe.
I'm gonna make that and send it to you, and you get to insert that over us talking about it right here.
Nope.
If there's somewhere where we can call this episode "When the Girl Keeps Sucking and You Keep Coming," I want to know how we can do that.
We can. We can just spell coming like COMENG.
Yeah. And the years start coming.
And they don't stop coming. And they don't stop coming.
Because you don't age because you're a vampire. It all comes back together.
Base.
When the years start coming and she don't stop sucking.
And you start coming, and the years don't come in because you're a vampire and they don't be coming.
What coming around the mountain when she comes?
What does that mean? It's not a sex thing, right?
No, it's not a sex thing.
Like, what is?
Or is it?
Who be coming around the mountain when she come? Like, are we not supposed to know? Who's she though?
She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. It's basically like she'll get here when she gets here.
Yeah, no, but like, who is she? Like, most of those stories like come from something. You know what I mean? Like the song.
I come from those stories.
Creepy. Like it'll do like the whole like the Grand Old Duke of York. He had 10,000 men.
But I think that one's based on the Grand Old Duke of York.
Yeah, no, but a lot of them are based on
fucking based.
A lot of them are based on something like similar. Like, who was she and when did she come? You know what I mean? And why
I don't know,
was she
but
coming?
she rode 6 white horses.
But like, who else wrote? Find the lore. So like, okay, find this girl who rides 6 horses and comes when she comes.
The mountain law.
Yes, thank you. Why more people need to Google like this?
Okay, so it ostensibly refers to the second coming of Christ and the subsequent rapture. with the she referring to the chariot that the returning Christ is depicted as driving.
See, I told you there's some lore.
Hate it here.
Jesus Christ!
Like, what's
Nothing
the...
worse than Curly being right about something.
Yeah, I'm always right. What are you talking about? Like, what's the other?
I
What's the
prefer
one?
it's she'll get here. She'll get here when she goddamn pleases and stop asking.
When she can be fucked, alright? Leave her alone. Like, what's the other one that's really crazy? Isn't that like Ring of Roses is like actually about the fucking like Black Plague or whatever, and people literally low key just dying.
The Black
Yes.
Death. If you merge them both together, it sounds like a race issue.
What what?
Calling it the Black Plague.
What was it called? It was a Black Death. Oh, sorry, I'm
The
thinking
Black
of...
Death.
Yeah, Black Death or
Alright.
bubonic plague.
Yeah, if you
Yeah,
call,
I
it,
mixed
if you
them
call,
up
if you call it
together.
the Black Plague sounds like something that Republicans
This
complain
is
about.
sorry. This is the second time I've mixed two things together so far.
Listen, Curly's not the shiniest tool in the shed.
I'm not. I'm not the sparkliest crayon, if you know what I mean.
You're not but the sharpest crayon still kind of works.
Yeah, I know that one also works.
That's why I said sparkly.
Yeah.
What other like crazy like one sec? What do you think the meaning behind Incy Wincy Spider is? You know what I mean? Who's the spider?
Incy Wincy Spider is absolutely about a fucking spider, but I will.
I don't know. I think it's about the four horsemen of the apocalypse during the rapture.
What's the meaning behind Incy Wincy Spider? Well, it does talk about how it's a metaphor for life, but you know.
See?
It's actually a commentary on the economic disparities between the upper and lower class in the
You're
leading
so
up to the French
true.
Revolution.
I can't click that well.
The enduring song repeats itself as many times as needed. No, it doesn't. You just do it once.
What is...
Fuck off.
Who was the Humpter Dumpterton? Like, what was his crack? What was the deal with Humpty Dumpty? You know what I mean?
Yeah, to be clear, Z, just so you know this, because I know it's a bit different. We'd call it Humper Dumperton in the UK.
Humpy got that Dumpyton is what we call him actually.
I fucking hate the Brits.
Humpty Dumptert.
To be clear, that's not true.
No, it's just Humpty Dumpty.
You in fact call it Humpington Dumpington.
Yes, Humpington got that big fat Dumpington.
Who was the motherfucker
Booty,
who decided,
look at all
who decided he
Plumpington.
was? I want to know which motherfucker decided he was an egg all of a sudden.
Is that actually just a metaphor to the fragility of our mental states? I don't know. I can't think of anything else smarter than that.
He was like just a dude, and then became an egg at some point.
Yeah, you're joking, but I was fucking cooking when I was talking about the fucking bullshit French Revolution shit.
You're probably not wrong, but you just started throwing out words. People
I've been an art major before. I know how to bullshit meaning into a project. Me fucking photoshopping a pug's head onto a fucking penguin. Yeah, well, you see, it's actually really reflective of that. Like, on the inside, we're all still children. No, we're all still children trying to grow into the person we want to be. And our head is like what we give off to the world. And you're just like a nice, docile animal sometimes. And the teacher's like, yes. And I'm like, I don't fucking know, dude.
You're like, also, the penguin kind of cute, though.
Penguin cute. Yeah, the actual reason. Penguin cute.
I like a dog and I like penguins. So I was like, cute.
What the hell are you talking about? It's not for like 2 seconds. You're talking about how cute penguins are. The last thing I remember us talking about was Humpty Dumpty.
Yeah, we thought you were looking up the lore of Humpty Dumpty. We were having a little side chat while you were doing that.
Yeah, we were vamping. But no, so I took like 5 years of graphic design in high school. And
graphic design is my passion.
It honestly is. Me fucking editing meme text over this photo of me as we're doing this podcast. But like one of the things we did every time we had to turn in a project, we had to like give meaning to our piece and like explain it in like a gallery style fucking like walk around. And so we all just got really good at like bullshitting absolute nothing into whatever. Like I did a project where we had to like combine some animals, and I took a pug head and I put it on like a baby penguin's body, and I gave it squid legs. And I was,
Christ, why the squid legs?
Because it was cute.
There's so many different steps you could take in life, and there's just so many options. You're not exactly sure.
Exactly. You're not always going to come to a fork in the road. Sometimes you're going to come to an 8-legged split in the road.
I'm trying to think of something on the spot, but I think that's actually not horrible.
Yeah.
Like,
and so I just got really good at bullshitting a lot of things. Because like anytime anyone, because like when the me doing the like French Revolution thing, talking about Itsy Bitsy Spider, I was like, hello, I was an art major.
Oh, is it really that in depth? Are you really struggling with that, Eagle? Is there massive Humperton Dumperton lore?
Humpty Dumpty. Humpty Dumpty is just weird. Like I couldn't find anything.
You couldn't find any. Oh wow, who decided he was an eggy? You know what I mean?
Well, it's weird because he was like.
It's also a big fucking egg, not even like a normal egg.
I found out he was made by Lewis Carroll, who made Alice in Wonderland.
Well, that checks out.
I mean, I'm fairly sure he features in Alice in Wonderland. So
what's the deal with that? There must be like, wasn't he just like high as fuck when he wrote Alice or she or
Lewis
he?
Carroll. I think Lewis Carroll was like creepy as fuck as well.
Yeah. Well,
I might be wrong about that. I might be doing him dirty, but apparently, like he was like a bit creepy with the girl who was Alice. Because it was like based on his like niece or some shit, and he was like creepy. With
her. I know another crazy, creepy person who was obsessed with his niece as well.
I'm scared.
I'll talk. He's a guy we talk about often in this podcast.
Cans?
No, he was a leader of like a big political movement.
Nope. So
that's right. Everyone.
Speaking of cute niece stories, when I went over to my sibling's house on Sunday.
Don't go from Hitler's relationship with his niece.
Nope. We're not talking about that character and his niece. We're skipping over his lore, and we're just gonna talk about the fact that my niece saw that my nails were painted, and she was like, "Oh, can you paint my nails?" And I was like sobbing as I painted her nails because she thought that it was cute that I had my nails painted. Exactly. Mm-hmm. It's a fucking cute story.
That is just like the one Curly reference. You can't segue cute. Story.
But yeah, Alice in Wonderland. It was a crazy story. I even when I watch it as an adult, I still don't think I knew what's happening. I'm pretty sure the author was just like high off their fucking nut.
What else has Lewis Carroll done? Did they? Are they also The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe?
No,
I don't think so.
They're from Northern Ireland. Fun fact.
Let's go.
Nice.
Or the book was written here. I've been to the place where the book was written because there's like a fucking plaque on it. Being like, this is what happened.
Nothing else going on in Northern Ireland, so that's
really
something worth making. Yeah,
that's our biggest dubs. We're like, hey, a book was written here. See it.
www.
We also had like one of the best footballers in the world at one point, but you know that is what it is. Got a report named after him.
That's not joking hype. That's actual just hype.
Yeah, George Best, the GOAT. Except he wasn't really a GOAT. He was drunk all the time, bit of an asshole. Died unbelievably young of alcoholism. The GOAT!
The GOAT!
The GOAT!
God, I love that video.
The GOAT!
Every time I see it, I think of you, because you also appreciate that video.
Oh, what a world we live in, eh? What a world. I love looking... Sorry, this is semi-unrelated. What you're looking whenever you're looking at like old players, like career paths in football. Like George Best was like one of the best footballers to ever do it.
One of the best.
And
one of the George Best.
And he had like it was like 11 years at Manchester United where he had like 300 odd appearances. And then the next club he played for was called Jewish Guild. Then Stockport County.
If he had 300 appearances, that would be an even number, just to be clear.
261. Cork Celtic, then LA Aztec,
What's he doing at Cork Celtic?
Yeah, LA Aztec, Fort Lauderdale Strikers, Hibernian, San Jose Earthquake, Bournemouth, then Brisbane Lions. It's just it's just so strange. San Jose Earthquakes.
What?
And then San Jose.
Why did you say earthquakes?
Because I just said it differently. And then 37 appearances for the Green and White Army, Northern Ireland. Green and White Army. What a world. That's all we've got. What else? Let me see. What else do we have?
There you go. We can do one of the two tweets. I really like the second one, I will say.
I can only see one right now. The second one hasn't come through yet. I'm going to show it on screen.
Oh, I mean the tweets that are on the thing. But yeah.
When the vampire girl nuts and she sucks cause vampire and you keep sucking. Bottom text.
Food go in oven.
What are we looking at?
On the topics page, there's 2 tweets. The second one's pretty funny.
Okay, we'll
The
the second one first.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I think that we should call the person who tweeted this and get some insight.
No.
What, right now?
It'd be kind of funny. We do it on Grubbuds every now and then. We just call people.
Yeah, I don't have the balls for that. Is the problem?
Well, I do. Also, I just realized we're in a call. Like we're in a voice channel, not like in a call.
Yeah.
I can't just like
Add them to call.
Okay,
Man.
so this is a tweet from Sheep for Hire.
Friend of the stream.
Eating a chicken sandwich at a time that is not designed for chicken sandwiches is how I get my kicks. What the fuck
an
does that
absolute
mean?
legend.
What the fuck does that mean? What
exactly. That's why we should call him and find out. What is a time that's not designed for a chicken sandwich? Is what I want to know.
If you want
when are you ever eating a chicken sandwich and someone's like, no, absolutely not. Like you're at a fucking funeral, just scranning on a chicken sandwich. I think chicken scranrich, if you will.
I think the only time that it's not is like for breakfast. Like realistically, you're not having chicken sandwich for breakfast.
You apparently never been to Chick-fil-A because they have breakfast chicken sandwiches. McDonald's also has breakfast chicken sandwiches.
You're American. You can eat anything any time of the fucking day. You're crazy.
USA.
I'm fucking mad.
Oh, speaking of, I have a TikTok for you, Brits. Hold on.
I have a feeling I might have seen it.
I doubt it.
But anyway.
Is it talking about an American getting his favorite British takeaway?
Is it Chinese?
No.
Okay, then no. So there's been a big thing, Land Eagle.
I'm sorry, how the hell have you seen a TikTok that's about an American person talking about British Chinese food, and that's not the same video?
because it's going mad right now on TikTok and Twitter, where Americans have found out what Chinese food means in the UK.
What do you guys call Chinese food? Hold up, what?
So we have.
What do you guys call Chinese food?
No. Not that we call it. What it is, like what the average like. You don't have chips with your or French fries with your fucking.
Right. I knew what you meant by chips. I'm that enough. I'm that British enough.
Like you wouldn't have. You wouldn't have.
Imagine if it was like, the fuck do you mean chips? Why are you having
chips? Like Doritos?
Doritos with your Chinese.
Yes, we in fact do not have chips with ours.
Yeah, so that's one thing that we would have, and like they just one second. Let me just get a picture up of.
What about rice?
Yeah, like we have like rice because don't get me wrong, American Chinese food is also not what they eat in China at all.
Yeah, because it's always just bastardized.
Bats over there, remember?
Yeah,
that's how COVID started.
yeah. So like I'm not gonna sit here and like try and defend American Chinese food versus yours, but we don't have fucking chips at least.
So this is like the picture that's doing the rounds where they're like, "What the fuck is this? What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that?"
I hope it's a picture of the obligatory.
It's literally just like rice.
Do you know when Chinese food like takeaways do like a Sunday roast option thing?
No, it's not. It's not that. It's this. It's the like.
Wait, what the fuck is that? That looks fucking horrible.
It looks like a veggie lo mein, but instead of lo mein noodles, they have chips.
Here's the answer. It's chow mein noodles. Yeah. It's chow mein noodles, chips, chicken balls, rice, curry sauce.
Oh, I love some curry. I love.
And this is a good scran. It will burn your ass.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I would scran, but this is not what I would. Yeah, I guess that's fair. It's not what I'd call Chinese food, but it looks like it would fuck.
Some more
regardless.
pictures. There's not. Okay, one sec. Yeah,
hello.
So there's an example as well. This one is gravy. They have fucking gravy that you can get as well. This one's kind of
gravy goes hard, to be fair.
Yeah, it does, but this is kind of mad. I don't know what's just piling up here.
What that probably cost like 40 quid. What the fuck?
This looks good. This looks good.
That's a big plate. That's still a big plate of scram. Like,
yeah, it looks like a wee bit of sweet and sour.
All respect to it. Get that bag, but that wants to cost like a decent amount.
Depends what Chinese you go to. Like over here, you get up.
Oh yeah,
easily
maybe,
about
maybe
15
if it's
quid.
like one that like it's just about to fail its hygiene rating, maybe.
Yeah, the good ones. Yeah, the best ones. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I would say my favorite place growing up as a kid doesn't exist anymore because it got shut down for health code violations. So
One of the places in my
relatable.
town, one of the places in my town keeps reopening and shutting due to health code violations. they just keep reopening with like different owners that just clearly just don't care.
Yeah, the problem is that Americans are like, oh my god, this isn't Chinese food. I'm like, brother in Christ. At no point do we think that it's Chinese food. We're not that fucking stupid. Like basically, it's a competition.
Wait. Are you telling me that everyone in China isn't eating chips,
honey chili chicken and
chicken
chips
balls, and gravy?
Well, I'd like to think they are, but from what I hear, they aren't. But like,
I don't want to live there anymore. I was gonna go. I was liking all the stuff that like that China was doing.
yeah, minus the
supporting.
COVID stuff
And
and,
then-
and all that. It seems pretty poggers if they're just having chicken curry all day. Yum yum yummy.
Oh, leave that out of this. Get your yum yummy out of here.
Okay, I love it.
Yeah, you get okay. Don't do it anymore.
Okay.
Hi.
But yeah, Americans have discovered that, and then my favorite response to it is, "You motherfuckers eat cheese out of a fucking can. Shut the fuck up."
Actually, best though. But at least they don't eat cheese out of the can and say we're eating Indian tonight.
Well, no, what Italian is like, pizza.
Mamma mia!
Mamma mia, that's a spicy meatball.
Mamma mia, and then you just empty cheese whiz into your mouth.
The thing is as well, like, from whenever we talk to Scootish, and he thinks that the fucking Chicago style of pizza is like cringe as hell.
Deep dish.
Yeah,
Yes.
I was like,
Deep dish
y'all
is pretty
motherfuckers made that. I'm like, come on. Like, come on. Because all the comments were like, oh, this is colonization, it's worth. I was like, Americans, like, don't have anything that's theirs.
Man, I actually think about that though. When I think about like if I was ever to like go to America for like a long time or whatever, like just like the amount of like shit cheese that's over there.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I love cheese, but I don't think I could live with the standard. Like, when you see like I don't know how this gets into my TikTok for you, but I get these videos of like fucking middle-aged mums like preparing their their lunch for their kids at school. Don't ask me how I got there.
I'm also on a very similar part of TikTok, don't worry.
But
I've seen those before.
yeah, but they
I don't think
always
I'm
pop
trolling
up,
that, but-
and I'm like, oh, what's Big Man getting? I need to know. And like, you'll see them put it together. Some of them are fucking fire. Some of them, they clearly have too much time in their hands. They're like, oh yeah, cut off the crust. No, I'm like, brother in Christ, you just don't eat the crust. What do you mean cut off the crust? Waste.
Yeah, unless like if my kid was like being a pussy by eating the crust, I might cut him off just so I could have him.
Well, no, I would cut them off and then put them inside the sandwich. You'd be like, well, then you don't get anything else inside the sandwich.
Giga-chan. That is your
sandwich.
The filling of your sandwich is the crust.
Yum yum
Crust-
yummy.
Crust sandwich. Get the fuck out. All right. Thanks for watching the LSF podcast.
I can't stop saying it. It's actually the crux of my life. Sometimes I'll just say it on my own. I'm just like, okay.
Like I watch you play Peglin, and sometimes I'm just like, stop.
Stop.
Okay.
It's like a legitimate like what is it, like stem. It's like you just do it like fully unintentionally, and it's just like
Yeah, I don't
like
even
a
think about
calming
it.
mechanism. Yeah.
Yeah, it's literally just like reflex now. Whenever I say the word, I'm like, or I hear someone else say it, I'm like, yum yum yummy. For real, for real.
It's literally me with either the Penguins of Madagascar numbers joke, and also with Hardly Know Her.
Yeah.
It's like it's just a reflex. I hate it. I hate it more than you guys do. I promise. But I'm
Yeah.
forever cursed with this knowledge.
The Hardly Know Her one just I don't hate it, but I hate when they're like so shit. Like when there's a really good one, I'm like, but then when there's a really like just end an ER dude, I'm like, no. Good, only good one, please. Thank you.
Only good.
Only good. Yeah,
I fucking
that was an
so
experience.
Juliana, she has like learned of Twitch culture and like she knows of like Sag and Madge, and so she thinks that we just add "ja" at the end of everything.
Not
I
horrible, so to be
mean,
fair.
Not wrong.
There's not a lot that we do. There's like fucking Madge, Sag, Bedge, Gage, Okage, Nurge.
There's
Yeah,
actually
you
one
What
for
else is
all
there?
of them.
Stop
There's
saying
one
that,
for all of
that's
them.
not very many.
That's 6.
There's one for all of them. I'm fairly sure.
Like
Also,
what?
Z, I
Good.
have seen this TikTok.
Feels good, man.
Feels good, man, is not a thing.
1 second.
Yeah,
I'm
like
gonna
she'll like text me.
Huge.
She's like, "Hey, you want to go get some food later?" I was like, "Fuck off."
if I'm
or like if she's proud of me, she'll be like, "Proud."
speaking of food, I'm fairly sure I know what this TikTok is. I'm gonna show it because it's very
Yeah.
LSF.
This
on
is
brand.
Takeaway. When I'm in a bad mood, I love just to get an authentic English.
so far if you can't hear
was
it.
like that, which we were looking
It's
at.
so comforting, and this
Getting
is the
authentic
star
British-
of
British
the show.
takeaway.
Yeah,
This
you get
is
a British
fish
Fish
takeaway.
and chips.
Let's
Fish
just
and
have
chips.
a look. Oh, so good. And in England, you
fuck?
just pile the fish
Why?
and chips nice and high. You just
It's the cum
you
platter.
just as much fish and chips as you want.
You went to the
So
LSF food
good.
truck.
Perfect. Let's just get a little bit more.
The LSF
Yes.
food truck
And the
located on
next
the Isle
thing,
of
my
Beans.
favorite
Isle of
Yorkshire
Beans.
The Isle of-
pudding
the Isle of
is
Egg and
this
Beans.
pudding.
And then we gotta get some shepherd's pie,
wow,
of course.
Look at it.
Yeah, I don't know if you've
So
seen our
good.
episode that we did
And so
without
you
you,
just,
but we're taking over a small Scottish
just
island that
get
has like
some-
80
just
people who live
sprinkle it
there.
on top.
Let's
And
go.
here is
Oh
the
wait,
garnish.
was he not there for that?
No, that was the Pokemon episode.
Did we talk about it on that episode?
Man, I need to catch up on my
Yeah.
own content. I have to watch Grub Buds from this week because I wasn't on it, and I need to watch LSF because I wasn't on it last week.
English
Man,
garnish.
I had a
Just
shit
a
week.
little bit.
I
Just
thought
be
we
ready
talked about it
because
with Roma Z.
In the first like 5 minutes, we just like shit talking you for making us do
Yeah.
a podcast. We're like, oh, if Z can't make it, we skip a week. But if
Or no,
yeah.
we're
Sorry,
taking
the other way. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
like- but
Yeah, fucking me and Curly had to do it without you. You fuckers have to do it without me.
Yeah, you fuckers. Yeah, you fuckers. yeah, you fuckers. Don't even fucking include me in this. I'm always here.
To be fair, I did say that. I was like, Curly is the glue that keeps us together.
Have we ever done an episode without Curly?
No.
No.
Comment your favorite
just
Curly-less episode.
There isn't one.
Impossible.
Impossible challenge.
I don't think there's anything in the LSF channel without me in it.
Also,
No,
dude, what the
that's
fuck?
true.
We've been doing so good lately. Why have we been hitting like 30 views consistently since the Scooters episode?
It's because that podcast it's so good.
It's because Cancel
Like,
listens to it 40 times. Shut up.
I guess. Because fucking Grub Buds, we're like lucky to hit fucking 10. And then we're fucking sitting here like 30 fucking 5 weeks in a row. I'm like, dude, look at us.
I'll say it all kind of started going right since we put Garfield in the thumbnail. So
Okay, what's your favorite Garfield moments? We can put them in this thumbnail.
ever since we put the meatiest Katussi in the podcast name.
Turn the podcast around.
Damn, maybe we can call this what I don't know. What did we call this episode? What comes around bums around? What was the name we called it?
When she's coming, but when he's sucking, she's sucking.
When she's coming
What
around
is
the
this making a murderer photo of Goob and fucking Evelyn Dever?
What?
I don't know half of our podcast episodes apparently.
when she's coming around the mountain and she's
And she won't stop sucking. Bottom
and
text.
and the years keep coming.
Everyone has big pee and no one will.
I like how you're just reading back our titles. We're
What was
like,
the-
oh.
Also, holy fuck, why is last week's episode 3 hours?
Oh, you don't know?
God damn it.
We talked. I don't think you realize we talked about like pretty much every Pokemon in existence.
Yeah, did you see the list that we sent through?
I did see like 40 fucking messages.
They have like there must be like 50 Pokemon on each, and we talked about each of those Pokemon.
Well, they're way
and
more
that was
than
that was after doing like a good
40 minutes of talking
like 40
about
minutes of talking about other stuff and Pokemon in general.
Yeah.
And then I put the Dark Lugia in the thumbnail because Dark Lugia was just
It was just the goat.
completely unbalanced being on that tier list.
Yeah. It was the first thing I opened up Landigal. It was the first thing I seen on his because it was right in the middle, and mine was also right in the middle. And I was like, "Oh yeah, you also picked
It's
the
like,
cool fucking."
just unfair because there's
Yeah.
literally nothing was ever gonna beat Dark Lugia.
Also, Z, what's your favorite ghost type from Gen 2?
ghost type from Gen 2.
Yeah.
Because it was
And
really
dragon
hard.
type.
We couldn't work it out. And dragon type.
There were no new dragons introduced in Gen 2.
There was.
Incorrect.
Mm,
Yeah, there was.
shut the fuck up. Ghost. I know we at least got Mischievous was a Gen 2 ghost type.
Can you think of any other? No. I'm sure we can see them.
Well, no, I'm scratching the underside of my leg. I'm sorry. Here's my other hand.
Yeah, Google. He's typing using his cock.
Hey, do you guys know who Pokemon 218 is?
Among Us. No.
You're not far off.
Slugma.
Slugma balls.
In that video, I did try and get Curly with a what does Rhyhorn evolve into?
I was so glued on. It wasn't even like he said. I went.
There wasn't even a fraction of a second where Curly was gonna fall for it.
The minute you were like, "Oh shit, what is?" It's the fact that you were so like, I could tell you were like trying something.
Yeah, I was just.
You were like, "Oh,
new dragons in Gen 2."
There's one.
Yeah,
there's only
to
one.
To be clear, the point is that there's only one. Just like the
there's also one Mischievous.
Okay. Is it a legendary?
No.
No. I'll give you.
Oh, Kingdra.
Yeah.
I was gonna say it's not an entirely new Pokemon.
I got it. My Tism got there eventually.
Yeah.
I always associate Kingdra as a Gen 3 Pokemon because it's like Wallace's Ace and Emerald, and so like I always in my head it's like, oh, Kingdra is Gen 3.
Yeah. To be fair, I like if I didn't do that tier list and find out that it was the only dragon type, I probably wouldn't have got that right.
Yeah, it would be like Lugia somehow. Go.
It should be Lugia.
But we spent a lot of time talking about our big tier list.
Yeah, so to be fair, we probably shouldn't spend too much time in this podcast talking about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can go watch the episode.
So
what I'm going to do, I'm going to stream myself watching the podcast and then talk about mine on top of it.
Actually based, and then we can just upload that one week if we don't.
The last episode.
The podcast inside a podcast.
Yeah, I was gonna say that before we started. I'm surprised you didn't come with like your tier list done and was like, I'm not doing this week's tier list. This is my tier list.
Yeah. Well, speaking of this week's tier list, we went from
one of the
biggest.
Yeah, what tier list do we have on tap this week, Curly?
This one is kind of up there. It's up there with the goats, Pokemon, pillars.
We've never actually ranked goats, I don't think.
We should do that also. But what we have today is handles. Specifically, door handles.
This is like a fucking episode 1 shout out if I've ever seen one. Fucking from columns to handles.
This is column tier.
This is column tier. Whose is this one?
I don't know. What is it?
It's yours, I think, Lanny.
Squeaksing my this the bottom tier, squeaksing my shit.
Yeah, that's my one.
Okay.
Oh, do you better not have the fucking same tier list I do?
Come on.
I 100% think we have the same tier list.
Yeah, I had that. You know, Lanny was like, "Oh, Curly, you might have done the same one as me." I was like, "I'm not shoving them up my ass." He was like, "We're good."
Or not?
So yeah, I don't know. Kind of speaks for yourself. I mean, some of those look pretty interesting to stick up there. Some of those look like I really don't want to be touching them.
Some of them look ribbed for your pleasure.
Yeah, yeah. I'm looking at this golden one. It's a bit up, like it's a bit tall. I don't know.
It's got some verticality to it.
Like some even like
are we talking about the feels good gold one? Or are we talking
the feels good one. Like it's a bit fucking oval shaped opposed to circular. Like you're gonna have to fucking.
Yeah, I need to train on that one.
That's a train. Yeah, the trainer one. You'll start on like I don't know this one or something, and then that one, and then we'll get into that bad boy.
We start on the third one along in indifferent, and then we'll eventually get up to sticking a Minecraft diamond in my ass.
Fair. I guess.
Do I just get mine out of the way since we're here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Also,
Youchie!
I really don't want any of the hooky roundy ones in my ass.
Yeah, you have, but no, like there's so many hooky roundy ones, and you only had like 2 in your no thank you tier.
No, because the rest of them were like they're not as hooky roundy. Like the ones that go like round and round, and I need a doctor. The ones that go just round, owie.
Ellie.
Mm,
I'll say, do either
Like,
of you watch
if I put if I
Tomska?
put this one in, it's going
No.
around and getting stuck around and round.
I don't.
So Tomska is
Uh,
like one of my biggest influences on me as a creator and in life
He
in
did
general.
the
I love
ASDF
everything he does.
movie, Curly.
Yes.
Oh, then I have watched Tomska then.
Yeah, but he does like other stuff that's like a lot better.
I don't know.
And one of the things he does is he like his like I don't know like catchphrase if he was like that's very nice. It's so like that when you read my top tier, it's in that voice specifically.
Fair
It's
enough.
very
Okay.
nice. It's like a kid voice almost.
Don't love that comparison.
Yeah, I'm
What
trying to...
using a kid voice as we talk about shoving things up my asshole?
I don't think that's perfect. No.
No. No.
Could that be the episode title?
No.
Speaking of good news stories, no.
I
okay.
actually want speaking of cute news stories to be the episode.
Alright, I'm down. I'll write it down so we don't forget. But yeah, the tall one, I haven't been risking it for the biscuit. Of course, you gotta try, right?
Yeah, fair. Yeah. Did I actually
You
no?
either
I'm
live
not
long
gonna
enough to
say
become a
anything.
hero, or you die to become a villain or some shit, right?
I do love how the rigid one is slides right in.
I don't know what it is about this one, but this one just seems kind of smooth. Like, and it would also just get in, but maybe not as easy. Yeah, what was it? Yeah, it's something about that's very nice.
Very
did
nice.
did you leave off the one that's like a handle that like
Yes.
connects perfect? Yeah, to be fair, that one's just not interesting.
Yeah, like how are you getting it in there? Like it's not.
It's only going. It's just rubbing against the crack.
Yeah. So
Fair.
I just left that one
So I knew everyone was gonna be shoving shit up their ass.
off.
So I decided to do mine based on this.
Please tell me it's still shoving shit up your ass.
No.
No, it's what chess
Oh,
piece
yeah.
they would be.
Yes, I like how you mean the other
did tell me
ones.
that.
I couldn't remember how to fucking spell.
They have get fucked bishops and
Yeah,
rooks.
I couldn't remember how to spell bishop, and I was like, "Fuck it." The other one. I don't know what it is. I'm gonna start with the ones I can explain much easier. This just gives king energy. I don't know what it is. It's shiny. It's got the pristine lock combo.
Okay, Google
is
play
king
Shiny by fucking
Moana.
the guy. Yeah. By Moana. Moana did the song. I did spend half a second trying to think of who the actor was who did him.
It was the Flight of the Conchords guy, but I can't think who it was.
The Rock.
All right.
I don't know what we're talking about.
It wasn't the Rock, to be clear.
Queen. So this one just gives Queen energy. You know what I mean? I actually don't even know how it's a door handle. I can't not look at it as a butt plug now. Like I don't know what the fuck you're twisting. I don't know what you're turning. Are you just pulling? I don't know.
It's like a bop it.
Yeah, this one kind of gives me. I don't know. I know it looks a bit more like a trashier version of that, but it also could be like more of a like a. You know when they make shit out of really ugly metal and then sell it for really expensive because it's just an expensive metal.
No. To be fair, no.
They've done something like that, I assume. Well, that's what I think. Anyway, this one, I didn't really know what the fuck it was, but it was colorful, so it's fucking queen shit. Slay, am I right?
Slay.
Slay. The other ones,
I also like that you only have one king.
yeah, only is one.
Like
king.
there is on a chessboard.
OTK.
Damn. Shut up.
Know what the pawns were? The ones I just thought were utter dog shit. Like the actual like trashiest trash. Like this is like the fucking shit you used to stop yourself from falling over on a fucking bus because there's no seats left and you just had to hold on to whatever the fucking can. This looks. No.
So I will say, with the handle that you fucking hate, the falling on a bus one, there was a door at my old job that only opens from one way, and on the side it's not supposed to open. We have one of those.
This thing is like, you know what? I kind of hate the twisty one because I feel like they're always loose. Every single twisty doorknob I've ever had in my life always just feels like it's about to fall off. You want to? Maybe that's just a me thing, but it always just feels like they're not. You know, I'm gonna keep doing this with my hands. So that'll make sense. I couldn't work out what the fuck this was for a really long time, so it just went in the pawn.
I also have no idea what that one is. I'll be honest.
But I worked it out
But I'll
eventually.
shove it up my ass.
It's like this is like the background for it, and there's just like a sort of like square shape there, or like a sideward square. It's a diamond, kind of. This I thought this would be good up your ass, but I guess this isn't that tier list. I just thought I'd throw it out there. You just back up onto that bad boy. Anyway, Night. I don't know where like these fucking little roundy. Maybe I retrospectively would put this down in Night as well. I don't know what it is. They just give me Night energy.
They have L-shaped energy.
Yeah, they do. And then the other ones.
I like that you picked the ones where you can see the bolt coming out of the side as the L-shaped energy ones.
Yeah, it was just they just give me. I can't put an actual explanation onto it. I just felt it, you know. And that's pretty much it.
That's fair.
This is up there with Pillars for me as one of the greatest the greatest ones we've ever done.
Yeah.
And the fact that two of them were the same, and they're like, and Z didn't think for a second that someone else would think about shoving something up their ass. Surprises me.
Well, no, because everyone knows I do the "how are we gonna fuck it" tier list. So
yeah, but
I thought you guys knew to stay off my fucking territory.
I did. I knew. But to be fair, you were also,
50 minutes late. You missed your chance. Yeah.
Dude, I was only 30 minutes late, and then I fucked around for 20 minutes.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay, that's same difference. Yeah, I showed the work late, but then didn't work for half an hour when I got there, so, it was only half an hour late.
And we're going to make up for it by leaving early. Thanks for watching the LSF. No, imagine, though.
Well, do you not have another thing to do now?
I mean, there is another thing to do now, but I'm not pressed about it. One of the other people is also going to be late, and I've already mentioned that I'm recording a podcast and will be late, so we're fine.
Fair. Do you want to talk about the other tweet that you posted?
This is not me. I don't know who posted this one.
Oh,
I assume it's Lion Eagle then, right?
I don't know. I've not seen it.
It might be me. I think I just
maybe it's an old one.
But I know of this story. Basically, like, a prominent figure in the incel community had sex, and was like, "All right, later, incels," and everyone was like, "What the fuck? I can't believe you do this."
Maybe I did this.
Is that yours, Curly?
I think maybe I posted this thinking if we're really struggling, we can talk about it.
Imagine Z posted this like a few weeks ago and then like forgot.
No.
Yeah, I feel a lot of mixed feelings about leaving the incel community. While it feels good to no longer be incel, I'm going to miss all the friends I connected with. To all those who supported me over the years, thank you. I started a new chapter in my life, albeit late.
It's honestly disgusting that you betray your community when some chick finally settles for you.
Wait, this guy paid for Twitter Blue. We'll enjoy.
And that's the cringiest thing he's done.
One sec. Oh, for some weird cause. Well, wait one sec. We will enjoy being a virgin for some weird cause. No one wants to be an incel. We're not Jedi. You're not wrong, sir. Why did you one sec with this fucking chicken?
Speaking of Jedi, happy May the 4th. May the 4th be with you.
This is my guy. Why'd you leave? Why'd you manage to stop being an incel? And so then, do you feel no longer being identified with so many sad and depressed men out there? Imagine if normal people are clueless and careless about being a virgin past 25 to 30 plus years old. How is it to have careless ex-incels?
One sec. This is the equivalent of LeBron retiring, and the incel community has lost our biggest prospect.
W, brother. It's like, what the hell is that? It's like,
I feel like one sec. So, what the fuck is this? This is crazy.
That's back to the original bit.
Even still, the whole thing is just mad. I don't know if I want to scroll down.
Yeah, imagine tweeting that in the first place.
Yeah, I don't know. How would you feel if
you had sex? How would you feel?
How does that feel? Asking for a friend, you know. That one's just crazy to me. I for some reason I thought you posted this, but I guess
that is just incels continuing to be fucking weird. Obviously,
I love it. Though.
Yeah, I scrolled 3 images down and found a picture of NoticeTheZ.
Yo,
what the fuck is this?
It's me. What are you talking about?
One sec. Renting and returning 10 books a day from the local library while subtly increasing the size of your cranium with latex makeup. Oh, it's so horrible. This guy used to be an incel.
I'm gonna say it based on nothing, just apart from just seeing what happens to like gimmick Twitter accounts. Don't go follow whatever account that was just on the screen.
Yeah, I feel that
Fair.
also. But yeah, what else?
You guys, you guys calling that last picture me?
Yeah, I'm not showing anything else on the screen for now.
Kelly just cannot be bothered.
No, I was trying to read it, and then I'm like,
This
if
is
I'm
the
not
we
saying
all just
anything,
said shit to.
yeah, I'm just like the
currently
teacher, and it's
portion
like,
of
put the
the podcast.
PowerPoint up,
Yeah,
put the
should
PowerPoint
we,
up.
should we talk about this one? Sorry, shit, not that one. That one.
Oh, I'm interested in what your opinion, because I was like briefly split into Solanigal. So you're talking
Yeah.
about Vshojo, right?
Mhm.
I am a fan of VTubers, not like super religiously, but I'm aware of them and I follow them on
God,
Twitter.
imagine
And
if you were a religious fan of VTubers.
you'll be surprised.
She'll be coming round the mountain
When she comes. But anyway, there's Vshojo are like the biggest like Western, I guess, VTubing thing,
Sure.
like organization, and three of their like prominent members left, like just expired their contract, ran out, and they just left, went independent. In one Vey, it's officially Vey now. It used to be Vey, but she removed it apparently. Nyanners and Silvervale, which I think is mad, considering how like up and up Vshojo were, just to lose like three of their biggest like content creators, like not offer them more.
Yeah, so what was it? They just couldn't get him to resign, or was it like
It-
they got
so-
big enough that they were like, all right, deuces?
Vey was literally like on Twitter. I was like, they just didn't give us enough fucking money, so I was like, no. No,
So
thanks.
are they all like going off on their own now, or have they gone to sign with someone else? Or...
They're independent
like currently, they might
technically.
be like, yeah.
I think they've got like other organizations, not like how like people be signed for like esports teams, but then also have like people that do their sponsors or whatever. I think they have those, but like that's unrelated.
All right.
But what's really
Good.
interesting?
Fuck VTubers. 3D's better than 2D. Preying on their downfall.
I like
get fucked.
5Ds.
I like double D. They're from Ed and Netty.
There it is. Nice save. Nice save.
What I was gonna say was what's really interesting is there's like a whole debate at the minute. Like people are saying about how
You could say it's a
crazy it is
master bit.
that Vshojo technically have given away the IP of the characters. So what's kind of strange is that in VTubing, especially in like eastern parts of the world, so like Japan and like China and parts of there, they will what they'll
Australia.
do is they will have like the rights to a character, right? And then they will hire someone to play the character.
Yeah.
And then they will, when their contract runs out, or they, what do they, graduate is what they call it, basically when they get fired. Then that character is no longer theirs to use. So like for example,
Can't you just like fucking like put a new set of cat ears on it, call it a day? It's a new character. Ooh.
because I'm pretty sure you sign like NDAs and stuff.
It's not Vibe, it's Vine.
Well, they still have.
new
They
character.
still have. She still has the right. They all kept the rights to their characters. People are like, so
based.
Vshojo has like lost the rights to like half of their like biggest creators, basically.
Damn.
And
Honestly, I don't know. The fucking anti-capitalist in me, I'm like, good, get fucked,
I agree.
Vshojo.
I agree.
Yeah.
I'm just curious. It's just because like in the like VTuber world, that's not like common. That's not how it works.
Yeah, you said what was,
That is
what
an
was-
insane
what was
W.
What was the other one?
Like
said.
HoloLive for an example of like a big.
Yeah, they like keep the characters, don't they? If like they get rid of the person.
Yeah, and sometimes they don't even reuse the character, but it's their characters. They don't want the character to use it. So I'm pretty sure. I'm gonna double check this, but Kason, who is a VTuber for Vshojo, she speaks English and Japanese. So what she used to do was she would translate between the HoloLive English members and the HoloLive Japanese members whenever she was. I'm pretty sure she was in HoloLive. Almost positive.
Okay.
But I can't remember what her character was. And then because she was playing a character, she had to make up her own character whenever she wanted to do it independently. But everyone could just recognize it because her voice is like really distinct. I'm like, you know what? That's kind of crazy to me. The way that it works.
Yeah, it's good that people could recognize it because I assume that like she wasn't allowed to like promote like, hey, I'm not this anymore, I'm this.
Yeah, exactly. It just had to be like,
Yeah.
oh, that person's gone now. What are you talking about? This is me.
Yeah.
Haha. I'm like, what a weird like situation to be in. Like the fact that like it's kind of like idols and stuff as well, like how they work. Like you don't like own anything. You're just like a vessel for someone to like pump. Really cringe actually. Like the way I
Yeah.
described it wasn't great either. But like you're like
Mhm.
especially it's mainly in like Japan and like Asian countries where it does stuff like that. Like I'm pretty sure like that's probably where BTS came from. Like pumped out of some fucking factory somewhere. Where there's like just hire a bunch of people and go, you just have to be friends now. Congrats. Kind of like
That would be weird.
One Direction also. That's kind of how they came about.
Yeah, that's also like
Yeah.
how a lot of like K-pop groups come together as well.
Yeah, like I actually remember watching fucking X Factor when One Direction were in it, and
Yeah.
like none of them knew each other, and they were just
Yeah.
like, "You are all gonna sing together now, grats," and that was it. They all didn't like some of them didn't make it through individually, and then they were like, "How about merge?" Because they didn't have enough groups or whatever. So they just merged all these fucking like reasonably attractive young men together and went, "This'll work. Go get him, champ!" And then they did. Unlike Justin Bieber, he came up the hard way. The
You know
first
what I
ever
found
YouTuber.
out? Just because we were talking about like boy bands, I found out that in America they thought that like a lot of people thought that the song Year 3000 was made by the Jonas Brothers.
What?
Yeah, we
Because they,
thought that like they have a cover of it.
yeah, they have a cover of it, and they didn't know who Busted were.
They yoinked and twisted.
Yeah.
They give him the yoinky slinky.
He literally went, "Hey, can we steal this but get more money from it? Thanks."
Yeah, I can't
Well,
remember.
that's
I was watching
um,
something and they were like talking about like, oh, Year 3000 by Jonas, like the Jonas Brothers, and I'm like, what the fuck? That's by Busted. And I looked it up and it was like, oh yeah, they did a cover of it that was like what the American people heard.
I'd kind of like to think that like Busted don't exist outside the UK, and the Jonas Brothers are like their vessel in the US.
Well,
it's
actually,
it's like the IP
that
to the
was-
songs.
That was also one of the things I wanted to see is like, are they owned by the same like record label? And they were just like, you be the British Busted and you be the American Jonas Brothers, and just we'll do the same songs between.
That'd be kind of interesting.
Yeah.
yeah, there's a lot of songs like people think like I Love Rock and Roll by like Joan Jett and the Blackhearts. That's a cover. What else we have?
Sloth Parade by Rocket Slacker. That's a cover.
Wait, is
Very
it?
true.
Yeah, I know. I couldn't believe it.
Hound Dog by Elvis is a cover.
I think Elvis had
half
I
of
think
Elvis's songs were,
yeah, I think Elvis had a
Yeah.
lot of covers.
a lot of covers and a lot of stolen
Covers.
stuff.
Yeah. One of my
Whitney
favorite.
Houston's "I Will Always Love You."
Mm.
There's like a lot of like ones that you're like, oh damn, I didn't know that was
Yeah.
a cover.
One of my. Fuck, what were we just talking about? We were on about Elvis. You know who Carl Pilkington is? Z.
Carl Pilkington.
Yeah,
Because if we made like an animated version of the podcast,
you would be
using
him.
his voice.
Jesus Christ.
Anyway, Carl Pilkington was like an enigma of like late 2000s, maybe early mid 2000s, the 2000s like media in the UK.
Yeah.
He was known for just being the simple man. That was his role. And there's a quote that I used to listen to a podcast. It was him, Ricky Gervais, Stephen Merchant used to do a podcast together.
So good, and they made like an animated version of it.
Yeah,
that was like, it was like 30 minutes long of like basically like, you know, like when like the Yard does their like short animated episodes and stuff.
Yeah,
it was like a 30-minute long version of that, and it's just like so good. It's just like the best bits of this
Yeah.
podcast they did for ages, and then like
it's like
Yeah.
like there's stupid shit. Like Carl is such a simple human being, right? And like they did the only reason I'm bringing this up is because there was just a random point during one of the podcasts where they're talking about Elvis. He just goes, "Oh yeah, Elvis like Elvis just loved all the ladies, even the fat ones," and that was it. That's all he said. No context to what they were just talking about Elvis, and he was just like, "Yeah, Elvis just shagged anyone," and he's like,
yeah,
"They're like, what do you want? What do we want from that?" And he's like, "No, just."
One based
said.
of Carl, two based of Elvis.
But like,
I'm
I
fairly
actually
sure like all of because it was the Ricky Gervais show was what the
was
animated
called.
one was called.
Yeah.
And fairly sure it's all on YouTube, so I'd give it a watch.
genuinely,
Yeah.
some of it might not have aged too well. I can't remember, but I used to fall asleep
I'm not.
listening to
I'm
it.
not sure. I mean,
I will say I am not the biggest Ricky Gervais fan. I thought he was really funny when I was younger, and then as I've gotten
honestly,
older, I'm
like
like, there's a
the
lot of cringe here.
yeah.
Mm.
Or if you just watch the stuff that's like Carl's Diary and stuff.
Carl's
it's basically just, like,
Diary.
him.
Oh,
It's basically just him talking, and then it's
Or
just
Monkey
Ricky
News.
and Steven like laughing. Yeah, Monkey News is great as
Monkey
well.
News.
Monkey News was basically a segment where Carl would find like a news
Story
story
about a monkey.
or like about a monkey doing something like cool. Like no, and then it was just because obviously it was just like bullshit most of the time as well. It's just like it's a story he found, but it's like not based on reality.
Yeah, it's
And
basically
it would just be Stephen Merchant and Ricky Gervais just going, "No, that didn't happen, you idiot." Like,
but then it'll be like from one of those articles that's like on the side of a shitty newspaper. No, like when you're on a fucking thing like doing a crossword on the side, it's like, did you know you can get like
yeah,
it? And then you'll just like click on them and be like, look, it says in this article. And it's like, no, that's not what it says. And then Ricky will read it and be like, it blatantly says this. He's like, oh, it said the monkey like kidnapped the kid or whatever. It's like, no. It says it'd be like the Harambe story,
Yeah.
like unrelated, but like say like he'd be like, oh, so it says here that a monkey kidnapped a kid and then killed it. And it's like, no, that's not what happened.
yeah.
That's not what happened.
There was like one where it was like a story of like a monkey like they like got it to like tell people the weather because everyone like got fired or something. And it was like, no, that didn't happen. The monkey wouldn't know how to tell the weather.
But he would just be like, but like it says it did, so
Yeah.
what do you want to do with it?
Yeah, I would just like generally give some of it a watch, but if you do find like Ricky Gervais too overbearing in it, then just watch
Yeah,
like
he's very loud.
just watch his diary and
The
watch Carl's
diary,
diary and Monkey News.
the diary gets me because it's just like him like writing just like a normal person, and then Ricky Gervais reads it.
It's just like
'cause
his
it's-
very normal life.
Yeah, because he just be like, there was one story I'm fairly sure he tells that sticks with me, which is the one where like he's washing his dishes at the sink, and the woman across the road is naked, and then he has like a whole internal monologue about whether he should get his cock out instead, because he's like, should I be like, should I? Like, she show me her bit. Should I just get mine out then? So it's like per game.
And then he says that he goes for like the halfway measure and he just shows her his ass.
God damn it. So this is what we need. Rather than us just talking about British food for fucking 15 weeks in a row, now you guys are gonna like slowly indoctrinate me with British pop culture. So that way I can be more British other than just the cuisine.
Honestly, if you watch a bunch of the Ricky Gervais show, it'll just make us a better podcast.
We just talk about it.
We're just gonna become a fucking rewatch podcast.
Just regurgitate it. Yeah.
God damn.
So on this episode of Podcast in a Podcast, we watched the Ricky Gervais podcast.
I'd love it so much if we like eventually got to the point where we had so many like good bits where we could make the Ricky Gervais show, but of like the LSF podcast.
Well, yeah, I want the
like the animated thing.
I want the animated.
I also wish we
thing.
were funny.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I know, right?
I want the
You
animation.
seem so genuinely offended. I'm sorry. That reaction.
So I don't know if you read the comments on our channel. Obviously you do, because you're on there every day. But there was a comment from Cans on the one where we did the food truck that genuinely tickled me along, where it was like, oh yeah, I need to get the LSF platter or whatever, or the cum platter. I can't remember what the fuck I called it. And he's like, oh fuck, I keep getting curlies. This is the 19th time in a row. Like, well, the game's the game. Some of us can pump a little harder than the rest. Yeah.
I wish I could pump as hard as you.
Oh boy, I hope I get Z-cum. Buys the pulp platter. No, I got curly again. That's the 19th time in the row. That's the
pulp platter. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Also, holy shit, no Z, and we get 2 hours and 45 minutes. He's been holding you back.
Yeah, so that was a based comment.
Well, that's very true.
I also
this
love
is
when
gonna be the first 5-hour episode.
I love when he said transitions were on point this week, when it was the episode where I said, speaking of people who want to fuck their stepsister.
We, just before we finish up, there's one thing on our itinerary.
Can we fuck our stepsisters?
Yeah, can we all just pour one out for our stepsister? No, I don't have a stepsister, so.
What we pouring out?
I know, I just want to know, there's one story that I see on the list, and I really want to know about.
Yeah, is it that?
It's this one. Yeah, it's this one. Please, take it away.
That's fair.
So it's like, it's not like haha funny, but it is a funny story that has happened. So at Board Game Club, one of our trans kids, he shows up, and there are two other guys who like will play games with him, and they are constantly misgendering him. And I mean, like they will say something, I will correct them. They'll be like, "Oh, sorry," and then instantly just do it again without fucking blinking, because there's like adamant refusal to accept this guy's like transition. And I feel like what has happened is that they both have a crush on him, but they're like, "Oh, if we call him, we're gay." And I'm like, well, congrats, you're gay. Like, you like a dude. I don't know what to tell you. I don't make the rules here. And I had the fucking like, congrats, you're gay thing play in my head. I was like, that's a funny like tagline.
So the moral of the story: everybody's gay.
Everyone is gay. Everyone's a little gay. You know who else is a little gay? People who watch the LSF podcast. Thank you for watching. Because why else are you gonna fucking sit here and watch three guys talk for an hour? What the fuck?
Because you're gay.
You're fucking gay.
And if you're gay, put your pride flags in the comment section.
Best.
On your favorite slur.
No, don't do that. I love that the section before this was like it's only going to be like seen by Kant because the only person who watches this all the way through, and it's just us talking about Kant's comments.
Hey, if anyone else is still listening this far, comment below. Let us know that you've listened
comment
to
below
this far.
your least favorite slur.
Yeah.
There. No, but they're still putting slurs.
No,
in the
actually,
comments.
one sec.
There's
Actually,
the problem with that.
Actually, make a tier list. Put the tier list in the comment.
Yeah, put the Imgur link to your tier list in the comments.
Yeah. But also, can you do them however you want? But I recommend a most likely to say to least likely to say. So we know.
No, rank your favorite LSF members by most and least likely to say a slur on stream.
Or alternatively,
and
by who
I'm
the top is
least,
like top is
I'm the least likely because I'm the least likely to stream. Just throwing that out there.
Top is actually whoever has the most hair, and then the bottom is whoever has the least hair. It's gonna be a battle between me and Laddie.
Fuck, you both have beards too. Hold on.
but it's the same. It's the same tier list as the slurs.
Crazy. More hair, more slurs. Isn't that crazy?
No, less hair, more slurs.
No.
Oh shit! Self-report. Anyway, thanks. Bye.
Bye.
You like that?
No.
I
don't.
You
like that shit.
You like that shit? You dirty little fucking slut.